We've already had some storms in the state. We still have some storms in the state, but nothing severe. We did have one storm that went severe earlier this morning up near Helena, and then it quickly started to weaken, as most of the storms have. But storm trackers have been out all morning, and they're going to be out all afternoon and into the evening hours because we're not done chasing some storms for today by any means. You can definitely tell that, yes, we are starting to see some sunshine, so the rain has now moved out of the metro for the most part. East sides of the metro still seeing some rain. Let's go ahead and go to Links 1. I'm going to kind of show you where everything is right now. So most of the rain and storms now well east of I-35 and in fact approaching Tulsa, but nothing severe. Just some heavy rain, especially up near Sapulpa, down just east of Bristow and Welty, Okemah, Cromwell. Here in the metro, still seeing some rain. Western sides of Shawnee now moving towards or into pink right now, and just west of Meeker. But the trackers that are still out, they're going to be moving west because the severe threat for later this afternoon and evening, it's shifting into western Oklahoma. Looking at hail detector, again, these storms weakening quite a bit, but from time to time, it looks like we could still see some pockets of isolated up to pea-sized hail. So as they continue to weaken and move off to the east-southeast at about 30 miles an hour or so, if they hold together, it puts them at Wetumpka at 1221, Bowlegs at 1222, Holdenville at 1236, Kanawha at 1257, and Oil Center at about 104 if it makes it there. So in the meantime, we've already had the storms move through. You can kind of see the wet pavement there, but lots of sunshine. Star Integris camera up on our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. We're at 74 degrees. Dew point sitting at 64. So right now, the heat index not a factor at all. Where it has rained, it's dropped temperatures quite a bit. In fact, we still have upper 60s across portions of Kay into Osage County, and also just south of Stillwater there, and even really at Jones, we're at 68 degrees. But we also have low 90s in southwest Oklahoma. So parts of the state still hot and humid with dew points well into the 70s across western and southern Oklahoma. So certainly a little unstable. Heat index not an issue right now for central and northern Oklahoma, but it already feels like 106 degrees right now in Altus, which is why we do have that heat advisory for southwest Oklahoma all the way through the rest of the afternoon and into the evening. Also right now currently over Tulsa, but eventually that heat, it is going to be coming back into Oklahoma City. Tomorrow, it looks hot again. Right now, the winds coming in generally out of the east to southeast between about 15 to 30 miles an hour. Earlier with the gust front moving in, we had wind gusts around 40 miles an hour. Heat, lots of heat across the far south, especially over Texas. But right now, what we're going to be watching is what is taking place out to the west. Now, things are pretty quiet right now, but we will have a dry line set up and then the panhandle. So some of the latest data bringing those supercells are going to develop out ahead of that out ahead of the dry line into the panhandles late this afternoon and evening, and eventually try to make a run for western and southwest Oklahoma. There's just a slight chance some of the rain does make it in Oklahoma City, but I do not see that severe threat in the metro for later this afternoon and evening. We're done with that severe threat for now. By tomorrow afternoon, it looks like maybe a couple of storms in the panhandle and also in the northwest, but right now overall that severe threat looks to be pretty low during that time. So today, we may actually struggle to make it back into the low 90s. We're going to have to do some work to get there, but low to mid 90s across the west and southwest for this afternoon. Storms are ending in central and eastern Oklahoma. Eventually, eastern Oklahoma, yes, those storms will move off to the east. But after about 4 o'clock, there's still a chance of those rain and storms that move into the panhandle will actually move into western Oklahoma. If they do, there is a threat for all severe weather modes where we could see up to baseball-sized hail, wind gusts to 80, and there will be a low tornado threat where we do see the wind gusts between 70 to 80 miles an hour. Again, if these storms do develop out there and move into western Oklahoma, it would encompass all of western Oklahoma. That threat is going to be out there with maybe up to tennis ball size hail. The tornado threat today, it's low, but it is there. But again, it's going to encompass all of far western Oklahoma. Notice Oklahoma City, we do not have that threat anywhere near us. But overnight and into tomorrow morning, it looks like maybe a few rain and storms in the far northeast. Temperatures dropping down into the upper 60s and low 70s overnight tonight. Tomorrow, back in the upper 80s and low 90s. Tomorrow afternoon and evening, keeping the chance of rain and storms primarily out in the panhandle with a slight chance of an isolated shower storm in the far west. Tomorrow night into Friday morning, some of the data trying to bring in a couple of showers into Oklahoma City. Really don't expect a whole lot out of that. Friday afternoon, we're going to be back in the upper 80s and low 90s. It's going to be hot. It's going to be humid, especially after we get past this weekend. Temperatures in the mid 90s. By the way, summer starts today, not tomorrow. I didn't have time to update that. Lisa, back to you.
All right.